That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, what the fuck is going on here? Afternoon, good evening, good afternoon, all of that good shit. What's going on? God damn it. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Somebody's message is already hidden. Okay, there it is. There. Okay, what's going on? You made the dean's list. Right on. Congratulations. Sorry, I'm trying to resolve a problem here. Shit, this is moving slow as fuck. The Illuminati got me? What makes you think the Illuminati got me? What the fuck is going on with this goddamn email? Okay, so that's not working. So let's just go here and go step by step in the workflows. I don't agree with your political views. Okay. The diesel here. What about the diesel here, if you don't mind me asking? Okay, that workflow is good. You wish you had some smoke? Is it a money thing? Is it a legality thing? Is it a work thing? Okay, let's check this workflow. Okay, it's Twitter's just been having a fucking issue all fucking day. All goddamn day. It's a money thing. Gotcha. Sorry. Live part two. Yeah, I ran my errands, came back here, did some chores around the house. Picked up my taxes. Picked up my taxes today. Oh. So yeah, I was just going live to kill some time while Renee was out running some errands. I never caught you live. Well, now you have. I have a bumper sticker that says, "Are we great yet?" Because I just feel embarrassed. That sums it all up. Yep, pretty much. Pretty goddamn much. You got your taxes yesterday and you owe $9,000. I met a YouTuber, Omar Gosh TV. He said he paid 50,000 in taxes. That's what I paid last year. I paid 40,000 to the federal and 12,000 to the state. I have to pay the government. Luckily, too much. Not too much money. What about Lizzie Borden? That's a weird reference right out of nowhere, out of left field, I guess. Who's popping? How you doing? Well, I don't have to file quarterly, but I do file quarterly. But in total, that's what I wound up paying last year. Do I make a lot of money? I guess it's all relative. I guess it depends on what you consider to be a lot of money. I don't know. You know what I mean? To me, it's a lot of money. To other people, it's not a lot of money. So that's where you met the YouTuber. What about conversation's a little off the rails for me at the moment. If you guys could please tap the fuck out of the screen to blow up the likes, tap the heart to blow up the likes. Why am I so mad at Trump? Well, a number of reasons. He is destroying my country bit by bit. Um, he attempted to overthrow his own government, my duly elected government, to install himself as a dictator. He installed the Supreme Court justices that made the difference between my wife, my daughters, and my granddaughters having bodily autonomy in every state in the country and not having bodily autonomy in every state of the country. He is the most anti-American piece of shit to ever stain the Oval Office with the imprint of his foot. And the moment that he eats that final Big Mac that ultimately seizes that black heart of his will be probably one of the greatest days in American history. It'll certainly be a significant day in human history. You paid around 20,000 last year and you thought that was a lot. Yeah, it can be. Can be. I you hate him too, as do many of us. Gonna expose you. What are you gonna expose, Black Lion? Care to elaborate? What are you going to expose? Can't wait to hear this. Dancing in the streets, Lean. Absolutely. It's going to be a human celebration, the likes of which people have never seen before, if I could borrow one of his favorite phrases. You'll see. I know you won't have the guts to respond. So you don't have anything. Okay. Let me explain something to you, Sweet Pea. You're not smart enough to go toe to toe with me. I use my real name. I don't hide my address. I work for myself, so you can't get me fired. I have been very open about my racist past, my sexist past, my homophobic past, all of the things that I have done wrong in the course of my lifetime. I have talked about the dealing of drugs in the past. I've talked about the harm I've caused to other human beings. You think you got something to come after me with, motherfucker? Roll the dice. Stop fucking talking about it and start fucking being about it. Okay? If you think you got something on me, then put it out there. Good talk. Me and Black Lion are going to expose you for your hypocritical behavior. You're too fucking stupid to be here. Bye. These fucking people are a goddamn joke. They got nothing better to do with their fucking life than threaten to come after people that they're never going to come after. It's like that asshole in Pennsylvania. Oh, what the fuck is his name now? The dude that did the fucking videos from his garage with the Confederate flag. Aaron Pendergraph. He's been threatening to sue me for like a year. All the paperwork's drawn up, the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, everything's done. He's just waiting for the right time to file. Why? Because I showed the world his public arrest record. You know, am I part Mexican? No, I'm not. Predominantly European, obviously. Predominantly like Welsh, Scottish. I've got 27% Sicilian, a little bit of Portuguese, like 0.8% Portuguese. But no, I'm not Mexican in any way, shape, or form, other than I worked with Mexicans for a number of years over the course of my career. I got to know a lot of them, and absolutely nothing that you hear about them is true. They are some of the hardest working, most family oriented people you're ever going to meet in your entire life. A hole from Pennsylvania, Fetterman. He is an asshole from Pennsylvania. 99% Portuguese here, says Clem Lowe's 2112. If Trump was not born rich, what do you think his occupation would be? It is assumptuous of you that he would have an occupation. Happy Friday Eve. What are we smoking on today? The reg, just the regular old stuff. Oh, you don't have to worry about your French in here. I'm going to wait until we get out of the midterms before we start talking about the 28 presidential election. We need to be laser focused on the midterms at the moment and nothing but the midterms. We have got to take at least one chamber of Congress in order to slow or halt the Trump agenda. 2028 so goddamn far down the line, it's not even it's not even on the radar. Wow, that's holy fucking shit. If that's not an accurate goddamn statement, I don't know what is. If Trump wasn't rich, he would have been capped in Vietnam, no doubt about it. There you go. If Trump wasn't born rich, he'd be on the wall in Washington, D.C. right now. His name would be on that wall. Repent and turn away from your sins, Tom. Jesus is coming back soon. Well, give him my address and tell him to swing by. Are you surprised Trump has not changed the country's name to the People's Republic of Trumpistan? You want to know honestly what I'm surprised that he hasn't done yet, that I thought he would have done by now? I thought he would have made an appearance in some type of military outfit by this point in time. You know, like the full on fake general dictator, the hat, the medals, the broad shoulders with the fucking doohickeys, the whole shooting match, you know? And then later on, he goes back to the presidential palace, the White House, with some gal he picked up at the party, and he's like fucking trying to hang on with the medals clanging and the hat, and that's it. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't need to even be more descriptive than that. You have the exact mental image that I wanted to portray there. I remind you of Jerry Garcia. Exactly, a chest full of medals he awarded himself. Christ isn't what you think it is. It's coming. Okay. Listen, to everybody that likes to tell me that Jesus is coming back soon, and I'm not saying you, I'm talking about the other people and then people in previous lives and the people that are going to be in future lives. I've been hearing the same fucking shit my entire goddamn life. I am 54 years old and I have been hearing from somebody at some point in time how Jesus is just around the corner. The end of the world is nigh. Been hearing it for fucking eons. Apocalyptic preachers go back to the time of Jesus Christ. If you don't want to hear cussing, you are in the wrong fucking room. Okay? I'm not trying to be rude, but that's how I talk. So if you don't want to hear cuss words, you are in the wrong motherfucking room. Why do people wish to push their religious views? I don't know. I don't understand why people can't just be happy with their religion and the people they know that are within their religion. I don't understand why they feel the need to constantly tell everybody that's not in their religion that they need to be in their religion. Here's the deal. I was in your religions. I'm never going to be in your fucking religion ever again. I was raised in a house that was predominantly Catholic on my mom's side, and on my father's side there was some, like Bible thumping country folk, born again Christian, Baptist type motherfuckers, okay? I had it all in my youth. Kneel, stand, kneel, stand, kneel, stand, all of it. Okay. I am never going back to any of your fucking religions again. If you want to be religious, awesome. Be religious. Pray, worship. Let it lead you down a path that allows you to be a decent human being. That's that's spectacular. I encourage it. Don't tell me I have to do it. And don't use your faith to legislate for all of us. That's not how any of this fucking shit works. You get to be your religion, and they get to be their religion, and they get to be their religion, and I get to be no religion. That's how it works. If you want a country run on religion, then go to the very countries that we find ourselves fighting with. Go to Afghanistan, go to Iraq, go to Iran, go to all of these different countries that we have a problem with, because those are the countries that you guys want. Theocratic rule, women in their place, guns everywhere. Alexa, off. Yes, the end is nigh has been called out since humans became a thing. I've been hearing about it forever. Been hearing about, man, you need to get yourself right with the Lord. He's coming back. Well, then let him fucking tell me when he gets here. Because you're gonna have to forgive me a minute because now I'm gonna fucking rant. Okay, give me one fucking second because now we're gonna have this conversation. I am the unwanted byproduct of a one night stand between a 27-year-old drag racer and a 16-year-old high school girl. They would have one more child 5 years later, my only blood sibling. And at the age of 8, when I was 8 years old, they got a divorce. They didn't get a mutual divorce. My mom snookered my father into a divorce. And from the ages of 8 to 13, my mother beat the living shit out of me. Okay. When I tell you that she beat the living shit out of me, I mean, not just slaps, not even just slaps. I'm talking fists. I'm talking belts on my ass until my skin ripped open, being hit with shoes, being hit with transit strips, being punched all over my body. That's 5 years of my youth. Before I was 10 years old, I learned how to take a punch from my own mother. You want to come here and talk to me about a God? My question to you is where the fuck was he when that was going on? One of two things, and only two things are the possibility. One, there is no God. And therefore, there was no one when I said, God help, to actually fucking help. Because back then, I still believed the shit my parents and family believed in gods and heavens and hells and angels. So there either is no God, because so there was no one to hear me. If I'm lagging, you got to go out and come back in. Seriously, if I'm lagging, go out really quickly and come back in. I'll wait 30 seconds for everybody to go out and come back in. Pop out and come back in and tell me if that worked. Did it work for you guys going out and coming back in? All right, awesome. So let me get back to it. You got to go out and come back in to get it to. Sometimes it goes out of sync. I can't do anything about it. The only thing I can do is shut the whole live down. So I'm going to go ahead and keep talking at this point in time. Either there was no God, is no God to answer my calls when I was taking a fucking beating at the age of 9, or he exists, he ignored my cries for help, and he allowed that to happen. Either way, I'm either correct that there is no God, or the God that does exist is not a God I would ever fucking worship. A God that allows children to get cancer, a God that allows thousands of children across various continents, millions of children to starve, a God that allowed that to happen to me, a God that allows children to be trafficked. He's either not an all-powerful God or he's unwilling to do anything about it. And from a personal perspective, the shit I went through, the beatings I took, if he allowed that to happen, fuck him. Fuck him, fuck his churches, fuck his disciples, fuck his holy word. My guess is the first is correct. There is nobody to answer your call. We created God because we don't have the capacity to understand where we could have possibly come from. Neither story is comprehensible to the human mind. There was a creator that created us out of nothing. Where did the creator come from? He's just always been. The human mind can't grasp the concept of something from nothing. There has to be a starting point. Go to the other side, the Big Bang theory. Okay, we all became whatever the universe is made out of because one singular atom exploded into infiniteness. Where did the atom come from? Nobody can fucking answer your question. At the end of the day, neither side has an answer. Neither side has an answer. However, there are some things that we can find in the physical universe to disprove creation. We have the technology to understand that our Earth is not 6,000 years old; it's billions of years old. That we had various types of species that came before us, the dinosaurs included, and the knowledge to understand that at some point in time, this planet is going to shake us off too. George Carlin was 100% correct when he says we don't have to worry about saving the planet. The planet's not going anywhere. We are. If we don't do right by the planet, eventually it'll shake us off like a bad case of the fleas. It'll absorb whatever it is we've built because it all came from Mother Earth to begin with, and it'll go on and become something else. It's a self cleaning, self healing mechanism. And it is your God. That's where you came from. That's where you're going back to eventually. Was my father's responsibility to protect me. It wasn't my mother's responsibility not to beat me. It was my father, who I didn't live with and only saw him rarely, his responsibility to protect me. Okay. It's interesting how mom doesn't get any of the blame there. My father kept copious notes, took photographs, of if I'm glitching, go out and come back in. Where Clyde's asleep in the living room. If the sound or anything is glitching, you guys got to go out and come back in. Sorry. Everyone has choices, that's for sure. Can't keep blaming others. Reboot your phone or PC. I'm not rebooting anything. It'll kill the live. I really like that guitar on the wall. Thank you very much. Why am I not hearing about U.S. Treasury declaring the U.S. insolvent? It's the first time hearing of that too. I did hear that the federal government announced today that they're going to, starting in December, automatically sign up all men at the age of 18 for selective service, which I found rather interesting. That we have the ability to automatically enroll voting age people in a selective service program, but not automatically enroll them to vote. That seems kind of fucking odd that we can do one but not the other. Which seemed to me if we can automatically register anybody that turns 18 for anything, it should be to exercise their constitutional right to uh to vote. Just passing by. Hope you have an amazing day. Keep up the good videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You want to borrow my viewers? You have to ask my viewers. I don't have control over anybody. People come and go because they like what you say or they don't like what you say. They're interested in seeing what your opinion is, or they're not interested in seeing what your opinion is. And people just come and go. You look at your numbers and you add 2,000 subscribers and you lost 192. So there were 200 people that didn't particularly care about what you had to say, but a couple thousand more said, I want to hear what he has to say. So it's really weird how all of this stuff works, man. It's really weird. Because you don't ever know what people are going to be interested in. Melania Trump delivers a statement at the White House denying ties to Jeffrey Epstein. There are fucking mountains of photographs of you and Jeffrey Epstein together. Jesus fucking Christ. Are we serious with this? I didn't know him. Well, you fucking partied with him. Boy, they lawyered her the fuck up, didn't they? Does anybody even believe her? I don't know who possibly could. Was it a message? It was a news, how your app gives you a little news bulletin at the top of your phone? Those little news bulletins still come in. You can't see the whole thing, just the bulletin part, but that's the part that I saw. Melania makes Donald sound smart. Jesus. The rich and powerful get away with murder only for a time. They put all those kids in cages and pimp them out. Trump money. Yeah, they they I got to tap dance. I got to tap dance because of censors. They force themselves inside of juveniles against their will. They forced themselves inside of juveniles against their will. I don't care who it is. How do you support that? How do you make excuses for that? How do you look past that? How do you go, yeah, but I supported Bill Clinton. If Bill Clinton is guilty of doing what he is accused of doing, I want him in prison. They're not young women, they're not young ladies. They were little girls, they were children, they were minors, they were juveniles, they were children. They were children. They were fucking children. How do you look at that and go, "Wait a minute, but he's got really good policies. Wait a minute, he's on my team." Well, but what about this guy? Get him too. I said it a long time ago. Donald Trump just asked for I don't know how many millions of dollars in order to revamp and reopen Alcatraz prison in San Francisco Bay. Okay, the famous Alcatraz prison, which has been a museum for a tourist trap for I don't know how long. He wants tens of millions of dollars to reopen this thing. I say, let's revamp Alcatraz. Let's get it back up and running, and let's make that prison the exclusive prison of everybody involved in the Epstein thing. All of them. Billy Clinton, fine. Donnie, fine. This prince, fine. This CEO, fine. This is where you're fucking going. You people are going to spend the rest of your miserable fucking lives on that prison watching rich San Francisco folks go about their lives. I mean, personally, I think you should just take them out back, put them on their knees, and go. However, I know there are a great number of people that would be against that. So you want to keep them alive and in prison? Fine, do this. Stick them in Alcatraz. Make them the only view they have out their windows are of all of those liberal San Francisco folks in Northern California going over the bridge on their way to live their life. Let them rot in that fucking existence. Of course, after due process. They're going to need to be indicted, they're going to need to be prosecuted, and they're going to need to be found guilty. But once that all happens, that's where they should go. That's where they should go. Driving their EVs across the Golden Gate Bridge, right? Yeah. Feed them Warden burgers 3 times a Soylent Green is people. Everybody be careful with Danny. He's a first timer. One question: if God has created us, then who has created God? Therein lies the impossible question to answer. Any good basketball memories? I mean, you got to live through the Jordan era, but I mean, no, not necessarily. They talk about abortion, yet when the kids are born, they traffic them. Maybe that's why they want them born. You know what I mean? I mean, stop and think about it. Just connect some dots. Which God are we talking about? That's the point, right? Which one? What came first, the chicken or the egg? Exactly. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. Why did the punk rock chicken cross the road? Because he was stapled to the other chicken. Yes, Florida did block a law. The Republicans in Florida blocked a law, a bill banning the marrying of your cousin. And that's just as Florida as it can possibly get right there. Boom, 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 digga, 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 doom, digga, 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 doom, digga, 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 doom. I met her on the CB. She said her name was Mimi. Sounded like an angel fell to earth. Fell to earth. When I went to meet her, oh man, you should have seen her. Half my height and three times my girth. What are we smoking today? Mary Jane, the Giggle Bush, the Devil's Lettuce, the Lord's Lettuce, jazz cabbage, broccoli wand, uh, grass, Maui Wowie, herb, the sticky icky, the illy, 420. Thank you very much for the donation, Johnny Carrot. I appreciate that. Much love from Belgium. Hope y'all can defash. So do we. Sorry, marijuana. That's what we're smoking on today. Don't ask me the name because I don't give a fuck about the names. I don't keep track of the goddamn names. Jazz cabbage, yes. Jazz cabbage. Electric lettuce. There you go. There you go. It's got me by the brain banana. You know what I mean? Let me check something out here. I got to look at my anal itics. Give me my analytics, please. Oh, come on. What the fuck is taking so goddamn? Okay, there we go. Nice. No, the US is not starting a draft. Did I ever hear back from that lunatic that was running for office that I had here? Yeah, as a matter of fact, quite a bit. It was actually it's actually kind of nuts. He made a handful of videos about me on his YouTube page, sent me a shit ton of emails, and then took my interview with him from my channel and put it on his page and titled it that he was interviewing me and schooling me. And then he showed up to his opponent's house asking for an apology and was arrested. Um, yeah, yeah, he's fucking crazy, in my opinion. Do you hate the you know who went strip hipsters that talk about strain THC levels? No, 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 no. Listen, it's like craft beer and shit like that, right? They have all these different strains and they're into all of these different things. Awesome, great, whatever gets them into it, whatever gets them into it and away from the alcohol. In my personal opinion, but no, they're not people that I'm going to choose to hang around with and get high with. But no, let them be. You know what I mean? Let them do their thing. I've never seen the movie Pineapple Express. Much love from north of Ireland. Thank you very much. If race or gender limits your empathy, it isn't empathy. Empathy isn't just caring for what you are, race, gender, etc. Where'd that come from? Weed is legal in Canada. Right on. Do you have a favorite stoner movie? Dazed and Confused is probably in the team photo. Obviously, all of the Cheech and Chong movies from the days of yore, because those are all of the ones that I grew up with. Those are the ones that we got high to. The Cheech and Chong movies. You know what I mean? What is this here? How many people have you heard that gets high and wants to fight people? Very, very, very few. Very few. Do you suffer death anxiety? It's been getting me. Listen, it's not something I believe death is final, so there is no afterlife. So, yeah, I know I'm running out of time forever and ever, amen. Um, and I don't want to run out of time. I want to live as long as humanly fucking possible. Uh, so yeah, there's a little bit of death anxiety there, a little bit. Dave's not here, man. Exactly. I'm looking for Dave. Dave's not here, man. Yeah, that's I live on through my children. That's what it's going to be. No, I disagree. All beings do not have an infinite amount of time. The energy that makes up all beings has an infinite amount of time, not you as a being. You as a being is quite literally an accident. You as a being, you are a highly evolved, organized bundle of borrowed energy that came from Mother Earth and is going to go back to Mother Earth, no matter what you want to do and no matter what you try to do. Energy transforms, exactly. So when you die, you give when your consciousness dies, your physical consciousness, your being dies, what this energy is goes off and becomes something else. It rots and goes into the earth. And part of it might go off and be in a stream. And part of it might go off and become part of a blade of grass. And part of it might get shit on and become another tree, or whatever the case may be. It's just you are borrowed fucking energy, and you are going to give it back, in about 80 years, 100 years, somewhere in that range, if you're lucky. Melania Trump says she was never a friend or victim of Jeffrey Epstein. Well, the pictures say otherwise. So, I mean, the fucking pictures say otherwise. Unless you really hung out that much with somebody that wasn't your friend. You lying motherfucker. Yes, your energy is alone. It's alone from Mother Earth. You want to ask me what my God is? I'm standing on my God. It's the fucking earth. It's where I came from, and it's where I'm going to go back to. It's what created me, and it's what my eternity will be. This fucking planet. This is my God. This is my heaven. This is all of it. I hope there's an afterlife. I know you don't believe in that, Tom, but honestly, it's all I can hope for. I understand that. Michael Wolff, the author, that's Neil deGrasse Tyson's view on death as well. It's an accurate view. It's an accurate view. I mean, it's the most plausible view that we have. Listen, the earth isn't 6,000 years old. We weren't created by a fucking divine being, in my personal opinion. And you know, some fucking atom. Who the hell knows if that's what it was? You know what I mean? The old fucking joke might be true. The goddamn stars just might be the holes punched into the lid of the jar that we're all in. Who the fuck knows? Our brains don't have the bandwidth to know that shit. So dig on who you are in the moment, I guess. I don't know. Hate to sound all fucking hippie on you, but the fuck, enjoy who the fuck you are for a moment. You're alive. You are fucking alive, man. It's fucked up when you think about it. Of all the things that the energy that makes up you could have been on this fucking planet, it all came together to form what you see in the fucking mirror every morning. And from the moment it came together to form what you see in the mirror every morning, it started to age and die. And at some point in time, you are going to finish aging and you are going to die. And all of that energy goes right back to where it fucking came from. Astronomy. Yeah, I don't believe in necessarily like your life is led by astronomy. I know about astronomy. I know about the stars and whatnot. I'm, like I'm a Taurus, right? I was born May 13th, 1972. I know I'm a Taurus. And there are some characteristics that I have that are somewhat, um, what do you call it? It's what people think of when they think of a Taurus, right? I'm a stubborn, bullheaded person, yada, 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 so forth and so on. But no, I don't believe necessarily in astrology, but I know about astrology. I left organized church, went to Bible study day one, telling us dinosaurs walked the earth as human beings. Yeah, see, there's right there. You're getting into like fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs time, right? When the church begins to tell you that the fucking that the humans and dinosaurs walked the earth, like the fucking Flintstones were a goddamn documentary. You've been following the Artemis 2 mission. Here's the thing, man. I can't tell you how lucky I am in that I have a friend at NASA, a gentleman that was an astronaut, a gentleman that is currently a flight director at NASA, and when the launch took place and as they reached certain milestones, I was getting my friend texting me going, "Hey man, how cool is this?" And it's stuff that was being made public. It's not something that it was secret. And it was like, how cool is this? How cool is this, man? I got somebody at NASA going, "Hey man, check this shit out, what we just did." Yeah, it's fucking awesome, man. Yeah, you return the energy to the realm after your physical life is done. You watch the Apollo 11 moon mission when you were 10. I'd have to think back to how old I was when it happened, but the one space mission that I saw, I believe I saw it in TV, was in classroom, was the Challenger explosion. We are all star stuff. Exactly. Yes, it can be converted. That's all. What year was Challenger? Can somebody look that up? I don't remember the exact. What 1980? What? When I watched my father die of liver failure, I didn't feel anything godly. I just knew he wasn't there anymore. Exactly. 86. Okay. Somebody said 84, but a whole bunch of them. Okay, we got four 84s and a bunch of 86s. Are people guessing or do they have the old Google machine up in front of them? Jan 28th, 1986. Okay. Yep. Okay. Perfect. I was 14. Um, I was 13 getting ready to turn 14. Jan of 86. Yeah, I was 13 years old. I would be 14 that May. So, like, major events that I remember, with the exception of the current insanity that we're living through, which seems like a major event every week, that's going on. The major events from my childhood that I remember are the Tylenol cyanide scare that changed the way that we package medication for forever, the assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan, the Challenger explosion. When I was much younger, I remember John only because the family kept talking about it. So you heard it at family functions. John Wayne Gacy. Plus, we were in the Chicagoland area, so John Wayne Gacy was very prevalent. Um, yeah, Lennon's assassination, Gacy again. My man's going into iron in your veins and all kinds of shit. It's getting deep as fuck. You know what I mean? Who is my least favorite president of my lifetime, not named Trump? Well, that would have to be either Saint Ronnie or George W. Because it wouldn't be H.W. Bush, and it certainly wouldn't be Nixon. Um, George W. Oh, the day Elvis died, I can remember distinctly. My mother was inconsolable. Inconsolable when Elvis died. Oh my god. I can't believe he's gone. We are the same age, Tom. I'm from Peoria originally. Gacy, very prevalent. Richard Speck. My dad knew as a child. Was also five cats. We have lots in common. Thank you very much. Was wrong. It was 86, not 84. Got my kids mixed up. No worries. Oh, when Elvis died? Jesus fuck. The Berlin Wall coming down. I remember the Berlin Wall coming down, obviously. Oh yeah, my mom was a huge Elvis freak. Huge. Somebody's alarm's going off somewhere. It's what happens when you live in a dangerous neighborhood. Not even close. What was your reaction when Jackson died? You talk about Michael Jackson? The audio and footage are delayed. Go out, come back in. If you're talking about this, Michael Jackson. I remember not being surprised about it. Um, I remember being way more surprised when I heard Prince died. Who's my favorite rapper? Run DMC or the Beastie Boys? Steve Irwin was another one that was like, "Really? You cried when Prince died?" Did I George Michael, the singer? I mean, he's alright. Not exactly my jam, but I mean, I got nothing against the dude either. Sir Mix-a-Lot. My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hon. Steve Irwin's kids are phenomenal. Jerry Garcia's death was literally life-changing for me. Quite literally life-changing. Radio Rakim? Is that who you're talking about? You cried when Bud Abbott from Abbott and Costello died. Devastated when John Lennon died. Robin Williams was a big one too. Robin Williams. Okay, go back to Jerry Garcia for a minute. Jerry Garcia's death literally changed my entire life. Like, it's not like, oh my god, it meant so much to me. It changed the course of my life. Bobby's death, Bobby Weir, was harder for me. Because Bobby was like the uncle that had been around my entire life. And eventually he's got to pass. But that one hurt. Bobby's death hurt. Live Aid 85, indeed. Is there anything breaking in the news at the moment? Had a couple of weird, like, fucking banners that I couldn't see. What's going on with these? What's Well, look at that. The Dow crept back up over 48,000. Holy shit. Look at you doing things. No, no, I see no news about the big one. And if it happened while we were here live, there are a number of people that would have, at a minimum, texted me, if not flat out called me, knowing I was on a live, to just be like, fuck it, you got to hear this. I'm agreeing with MTG a lot these days. That's fucking weird, isn't it? Come on. Let's see if this goes through. Okay, let that do its thing. Yes, Melania made a statement saying she never was friends with nor a victim of Jeffrey Epstein. But all of those photos of the two of them at parties together says differently, at least about the friend part. In my lifetime at 50, I never thought this would be a reality now. Exactly. Why do people confuse me with Tizzy? I don't know. I don't see it, but everybody keeps pointing to the beard. Even the beards are different. Washington State, and remember Mount St. Helens. That was another big one. Mount St. Helens erupting was crazy big news. Crazy big news. Yes, according to the Military Times, the federal government is going to start enlisting or enrolling uh, men over the age of 18 for selective service. So they're going to automatically sign you up for selective service. So if they need to reinstate in the draft, they have all your information. And I say, fine. But then enroll everybody to fucking vote too. If you have the ability to enroll everybody that turns 18 into something, enroll them into their voting. Get them enrolled to vote. Get them registered to vote at 18. One's a constitutional right, voting. The other, serving your country, is not mandatory. It Show me that you have the ability to sign everybody up for something good in this country. Register everybody to vote automatically when they turn 18. Okay, so that's still a miserable fucking failure. That's awesome. That's fucking spectacular. Jesus fuck. Check out When the Man is Dead and Gone by Lizzie and the Dreamer. We do a song written by the Forces of Berlin. Okay. They're going to draft for the conquest of Greenland and Cuba. We should do what Australia does, voting mandatory and a national holiday. I'm willing to fight for the country as long as they let me back into my house to watch Law and Order at 8 p.m. Can you pull my beard? No, you cannot. The only person that's allowed to fuck with my beard is my wife. Melania realized she was sitting on a gold mine. Tom, you sound like me, checking notifications. Well, yeah. So I work with this app or this website, Repurpose. I use it, I utilize it. And what it does is it automatically moves content from one site to another if need be. And Twitter has had some type of global blackout today. Their whole system is fucked and they won't let anything in. So nothing has posted all day to Twitter. Sorry, Demon, but the audio is fine for so many others. Do you what happened to that comment from Rags? What did Hamish say that's pissing people off? If you don't mind me, let's see what Hamish did. I'm willing to fight for the okay. That pissed somebody off. My audio is terrible. Yeah, but so many others say the connection is fine. Do you sympathize for two-time Trump voters who left after January 6th? The Justice Department is investigating the NFL for potential anti-competitive. Well, whatever the fuck. Um, I have more. I guess I would have more sympathy for people who were two-time Trump voters and left after January 6th, but I would still have a problem with those people because everything prior to January 6th was fine with them. Oh, you got to see this guy, right? That was fine with them. Grab him by the hoo ha. That was fine by them. The loss of Roe was fine with them. The trade wars in his first term was fine by them. His handling of COVID was fine. Yeah, I would still have a problem with those people. This is scripted. He's not even live. You caught me. You caught the tater. You can take down the roadblocks. You caught me. Getting ready for work. Take it easy, Loki. How did your errands go? I've had to pick up my taxes. How do you think it went? I did get my glasses fixed, picked up my prescription, so that was a solid run. Yeah, we always owe Uncle Sam throughout the course of the year. I never voted. I did like Trump up to J6. I did think Trump did a great job with. You think Trump did a great job with COVID? Oh shit! I know you said before you knew that I knew nothing of politics. Yeah, I don't see how you could think that Trump did a great job with COVID. Trump continued to exasperate the problem over and over and over again. Going to go ahead and agree to disagree with you there. You're starting to get some questions in the comments now. Impeach. Listen, if I thought that the Senate would actually convict, I would be hollering for the Democrats to impeach. And if they try to impeach him when they get back in, I'm going to support it because it is the right thing to do, but it's not going to result in anything. And for your information, Marra, I spent somebody's ripping on somebody named Mara. What did I miss on? Well, who's Mara? Shit, man, I'm missing all kinds of stuff. Trump supporters will get eaten in the chat. It can get a little bit personal in the chat. People are feeling some kind of way. People are feeling some kind of way right now. I mean, you have an entire segment of human population going, has it happened yet? Every fucking day. We don't have rights. We don't have privileges. George Carlin, I would choose something more permanent, like go directly to prison, Trump, the crimes for which is committed. Then we get JD Vance for president, which is worse. Worse in some ways, better in others. Is God in showbiz? There is no God. Got to go take care of everybody. Take it easy. The sound and video are off. Leave the room, reset, come back in. Win 60. You and a whole bunch of others. You and a whole bunch of others. Take it easy, Bree. Melania just spoke. Yeah, we were talking about it a little bit ago. Um, it's funny. We never got a press conference about her immigration status, but we got one of her saying she was never friends with the man who we have a shit ton of photographs of her partying with. Never really knew him. Yep, just a business associate. On the plane, all over the fucking place. It's all over the fucking place. It's all over the goddamn place. We need to roll some dubage while we're sitting here. Fritter and waste the hours in an offhand way. Bow, wow, meow, meow. Hey, Tom, what were your latest concerts? Are you serious? Peace and love from Denver, Colorado. One of the most beautiful areas. One of the most beautiful. Got to get back to working for the man. Thanks for sharing lunch with me. Take it easy, the naughty stitch. Peace from McHenry, Illinois. Where is Tulsi garbage right now? I don't know. I got to make sure that the rainwater isn't coming through my slider, though. Hang on. I'll be right with you. Yes, indeedy heebie jeebie. 70 and raining with a freshly fertilized lawn. Oh, that thing's gonna fucking jump. The lawns shall be growing like crazy. Awake again after a long winter slumber. I do not have a favorite Dead album. I do not have a favorite Dead song. Bring that rain to New Mexico. Slow your roll. This is our rain. This is Chicago rain. This is Illinois rain. This is the great. This is the farmland rain. The plains rain. I own a home on a lake in Georgia, but I love Denver so much. I paid rent for 5 years after visiting. Been wanting to say for a while. You remind me a lot of my dad in a good way. I've been a daddy's girl, and every time I see you in my feed, you warm my day and make me think of him. Well, right on. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. This is how we pack the dubage. You need to make sure that when you put your dubage in your cone, that you do it in lifts. And make sure that you properly plunge all the way around the lift. People of my generation are going to understand this particular reference quite well. Well, thank you very much, Ellen. Get help for your drug addiction. Oh, it's Blackheart. This is the bitch right here that went to my wife's TikTok to say I couldn't handle his smoke because he said something stupid and got himself banned on my TikTok channel, like he's gonna do right now. Bye bye. Oh my god. Why is he hiding from me? Says the guy hiding behind an anonymous account. Dude, come on. Come on, Blackheart. I mean, you're gone now, but the fuck, dude. You don't get to say anybody's hiding from you when I'm right here with my whole ass face and my whole ass name all over Beyonce's internet. And you hide behind an anonymous account. You ignorant fucking shite stain. You're as useless as underwear on a call girl. You know that? At my local deli, sandwich is $20. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. They are proud of their shit, aren't they? Fucking sandwich for 20 bucks. My son received a 100 out of 100 on his analogies work 22 in language arts. Nice. Love to see those little tidbits. And you run to catch up with the sun, but it's sinking. Wow, 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 wow. Racing around you to come up behind you again. Sun is the same in a relative way, but you're older. Shorter of breath, and one day closer to death. You had a French dip for 15 bucks. God damn. Well, I'm sticks. I don't mean to be so, blunt with my words, but underwear kind of defeats the whole purpose of why they're there. You know what I mean? Pink Floyd. Yeah, it's been in my head for like a week and a half now, and I was singing it all fucking day today, everywhere I went. Breathe, breathe in the air. Mr. Powell, curious as to what size shirt do you wear? Gonna try to send you something in the mail by the end of the month. John, you don't have to do that. Seriously. You don't have to do that. I'm a big fucking shirt too. I'm a four. And that you don't do that. Hold your money. People are gonna need it in this economy. Yes, that is also Pink Floyd, Hey Teacher, Leave Those Kids Alone. Different album, same band. Do I know of any Dead tribute bands? Yeah, I got to remember the name of the band, but there's one that I follow on TikTok. It is a drag queen Grateful Dead tribute band, and they're pretty fucking good. Out here, there's a band called, I think it's Further. They're a pretty good Grateful Dead band. Sticks, yes, with Gowan as the lead singer now is way better. Never heard a funky version before. Sounds good. Uh, Bertha, right? Bertha, don't you come around here anymore. The problem with Floyd is that every song is an earworm. It really is. But it's great. It's fucking phenomenal. What I like the most about The Wall is that it's a continuous album. It's and the way it lines up with the movie that they made, it's so goddamn good. The Grateful Dead were their best tribute of themselves. Yes, The Wall was amazing. And no, for those of you tuning in that don't like my politics, we're not talking about that wall. We're not talking about the shitty wall that Donald Trump built along the southern border that fell down when the wind blew too hard. We're talking about the album, The Wall from Pink Floyd. And if you listen, you put your headphones on, you put your earbuds on, you turn your volume all the way up at the very beginning of the wall. Just listen to those first few seconds and then stop and fast forward all the way to the end and listen to the last few seconds. It's a wraparound album. It's a continuous album. What they end the album with, they begin the album with. Trump 2028. So which one is it? Do you not understand the Constitution or do you not give a shit about the Constitution? Yeah, there's a conversation at the end and the beginning of the wall about, oh, this is where I believe we leave here. And then at the beginning, I think it's something like, oh, this is where I believe we come in, and it's like a door opening, and it's a continuous album. Listen to it. Listen to the first 15 seconds and the last 15 seconds. Go do that now and come back. If you can, if you have it like downloaded or whatever. No. Okay. Goddamn. I'm sorry. Jesus. Set the controls for the heart of the sun, somebody said. Always great videos. Keep it up. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Have to play things properly. God damn it. Just one time. Flub, whatever for me. I don't know. Have you seen the viral video of the kids running in the Scientology building? No, I have not. Brit Floyd. Emerson, Lake and Palmer was your first concert in 1971. My parents were pouring the biz quick to have me in 1971 so that I could be born in early 1972. Hello, Conley, you nasty motherfucker. If you don't know yet, Conley eats her peanut butter and jelly sandwiches as follows: whole wheat bread, creamy peanut butter, no jelly or jam whatsoever, and refuses to wash it down with an ice cold glass of milk. So basically, Conley eats peanut butter like this. How am I still mad? That's not even fucking like it's inhuman. Who hurt you? Right? That loop is fucking crazy, KB, right? But it's the album ends where it begins and it begins where it ends. Send them 2 to 3 years. I understand. Forget it. What is this? Ever been to Sancho's Broken Arrow in downtown Denver? Not that I can remember. Pink Floyd had all kinds of really cool shit. I'm sure you guys already know this one, but the intro, that very first track on Dark Side of the Moon, it contains all the different sounds from the different songs of the rest of the album. The clock ticking, the money, cash register, all the various, the crazy, it's all of those different sounds combined into one opening. You like Fleetwood Mac? Yes, yes, I do. Fleetwood Mac fucking rocked. I'm sure you guys also know that on the Boston album, the spaceships are upside down guitars flying away. While country cruising, we used to listen to other shit when we were country cruising, but the stuff like the Pink Floyd and the Rush and things like that, that was stuff we listened to when we were back home, and you had like your black light going or your lava lamp going or some shit like that, and you kind of wanted to enhance your buzz a little bit. I always preferred watching The Wall, the movie, than just sitting down and listening to it on album. We're certainly not great right now. If you're hinting to the title of the live here, are we great again yet? Yeah, we are pretty fucking far from great right now. We're actually going in the opposite direction of greatness currently. You ain't no real American. You look like a Turk. Here comes the sun, takes the same time it takes for the sun to rise. Interesting. I did not know that. It used to be Wizard of Oz with Dark Side, but now it's new mashups with Slipknot. Yeah. Yeah. And everybody's fucking or the one that they do with the kids in the lunchroom of that one, they're like dancing in the hallways and in the lunchroom. I can't remember. Oh fuck, can't remember the name of that movie. What do I think of Fetterman? He might as well go ahead and change his party affiliation to Republican. That's what he is. Matilda. I don't even have. I don't even have anything to snack on. That is unfortunate at best. You miss awesome album covers, right? What do people have now? There are no album covers. There's whatever little fucking digital image they give you for your phone and for your download. Phil, Phil Collins. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There was a period of time when he was doing all those animated songs for the animated movies, and it just was like, fuck, he's everywhere. He's fucking everywhere. But like his non-animated real fucking work is what I call it, is fucking great. Loved watching your shorts. You have any comments on these companies getting PPP loans that they never had to pay back so they get to stay open? Well, that was years ago, and we were opposed to that back when it happened. It should have never fucking happened. And if you like the shorts that I create on this particular platform, that's anything under 3 minutes. You got to go check out my long form videos. I do way more long form videos than I do shorts. There are double the amount of long form videos than there are shorts on this platform. And I make way more money when you watch the long form videos than I make if than when you watch the shorts. And I mean, it's not even fucking close. I have poster flags on my wall of some album covers, death metal, grindcore, black metal. Jesus, you're into that screamo stuff, aren't you? Gramps, why don't you? Why don't go on Joe Rogan's podcast? I don't know, random internet troll. Probably because I haven't been fucking asked to. Hey, why don't you go on a fucking show nobody asked you to be on? Huh? Huh? Why not? Answer that. Answer that, Gramps. The fuck? Oh my god. What do you think of Republican House Representative Thomas Massey, who was against the war and helped release the files? Listen, everybody can be right on something once in a blue moon, and that's Thomas Massey, right? Pushing back. Listen, do you know why Thomas Massey won't vote for many of the Trump backed initiatives? It's not because they're too extreme. It's because they're not extreme enough. He won't vote for like Donald Trump's budget plan because it doesn't cut enough from the federal government. So because he's against Donald Trump on some of these measures doesn't mean he's a great guy. You know what I mean? Glad to see him against the war powers. Glad to see him release the fight to release the Epstein files. It's what they ran on. It's what I hoped that they would do. But don't kid yourself into thinking that Thomas Massey is somehow, somebody you want to align with because he got it right a couple of times. You're goddamn right. A broken clock is right twice a day. Kentrell Williams, 420. Thank you very much. This person says, Zane, you're going to be surprised by just how time goes by when you're older. It's a time perception thing. It's exactly what I've been singing all fucking day long. You know, it's exactly what I have been singing all fucking day long. Chipping away the moments that make up the dull day. Fritter and waste the hours in an offhand way. Right? I mean, that whole fucking song is about how time gets away from you. You are young and life is long and there is time to kill today. But then one day you find 10 years have got behind you. You know what I'm saying? No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gate. You look up and it's fucking gone. I'm gonna be 54 years old in about a month. May 16th or May 13th. May 16th is my daughter. Sorry. May 13th. I'm gonna be 54 years old in about a month. I was 25 like 7 years ago. You guys do what you need to do with your life. But I'm here to tell you from being on the working end and from being on the employer end, the company is going to go on the day after you fucking die. From a standpoint of how you choose to spend your life, everybody's got to earn in some way, shape, or form. But we don't live in the same world that I grew up in. You can earn in all kinds of ways. I do. You can earn without breaking your back to adhere to somebody else's rules and make somebody else rich. Somebody else is always going to get rich off of what you do. It's just the way of the world. But you understand what I'm saying. Going into a fucking job Monday through Friday, working overtime, doing that for 30 fucking years, and then looking up and going, "Whoa, I don't have much time left." Do it now. Take it from somebody that did it early and then put off a lot of shit for a lot of time when he was raising kids and is making up for lost time now. Do it now. Do it now. I want to live in a van and create content. Do it. I want to live remotely and work remotely for a company that is going to allow me to do so. Do it. I want to write a book. Do it. I'm 54. Two of my closest cousins died at 50 of massive heart attacks. Do it. Yes, Miss Teaspoon. That's exactly what we're talking about there. I want to build a boat and get to see the world, but can't find a job anywhere to help me get there. What skills do you have? Figure out a way to make money with your skills for yourself. Seriously, do you do graphic designing? Get on Fiverr. Can you make like intros and outros to podcasts for people? Get on Fiverr. If you have a skill, you can contract it out on Fiverr. You can contract it out through other sources. Um, Man, I am a 54-year-old high school dropout who was a landscaper for 26 years, and I make a living creating social media content. We don't live in a world that makes sense anymore. There is some fucking way for you to make money off of your skill set. It exists somewhere. Live. Go go to the ball game instead of going, you know what? I don't know if that's a good idea this week. Go to the ball game. Take the trip, live the alternative lifestyle. If you want to live in a van, you're not going to want to do it when you're 54. I'm telling you, you're not going to want to do it when you're 54. So do it when you're 20. I hitchhiked across this country from the spring of 1992 to August of 1995. I couldn't do that now. And maybe it's not something that's wild. Maybe it's just something that you've been putting off. Go see your parents. Go out to dinner once in a while. Anything that makes you happy. You so many people spend so much of their time trying to make other people happy, and then they forget about their own happiness. And then you run out of time and you're like, well, I never made myself happy. Every single second that you are awake, every minute that you are alive, you are running out of time. And it's the one thing that you run out of that you can never get back. Money, success, riches, all that you can get all that back. You can build it and lose it and build it back. You can never get your fucking time back. Ever. I look back on my lifetime and I see the things that I missed because I was working and doing X, Y, and Z, and I can't ever go back and get it ever. Back scratcher, ankle. What does pull my goalie mean, if you don't mind me asking? Ozzy passing reignited my drive, and the fascism pissed me off enough to give me something to express. There you go. Write a book. Everybody's got a book in them. Start a podcast. Start doing social media content. Contract your services out rather than W-2 employee. I know that's it's very hard with the health insurance, but there are all kinds of ways that people are making it happen all across the country right now in alternative ways of living. You know, and maybe you're happy where you're at and in your job. You're just searching for a little bit more happiness in your current existence. You know, you ask yourself the old adage or the old question used to send people into schools and talk to young people and say, if money was no object, what would you do with your time? If you did not have to have a job, talking to these high school kids, college kids, right? If you did not have to have a job, money was no object to you. You were independently wealthy. What would you do with your time? And the thought behind the exercise is that's what you should do for a living because that's what makes you happy. Somebody says, I would tinker with cars all day long, start a garage, become a mechanic, go down that path. You know what I mean? It's the whatever it is that makes you happy is what you would do with your time. Somebody says flying all over, go get your pilot's license, become a pilot. It's clearly what you want to do. Start a car YouTube channel, then do it. Then do it. I know a gentleman in town who put a little bit of car stuff. He's really into cars. Put a little bit of car stuff on YouTube. Never gained any traction, and was like, I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. And then saw that I was gaining traction and was like, "How you doing that?" I'm like, "Consistency. YouTube is about consistency. So you got to have content that people want to see as well, but it's about consistency. No matter what it is you put on YouTube, somebody is out there wanting to see it. If it's car stuff, if it's cat stuff, if it's travel stuff, if it's cooking stuff, if it's political stuff, if it's parenting stuff or knitting, crocheting, it doesn't matter. There's something for everybody wants to see something, but they want to see it when they want to see it. And they get used to when you post your content. Once again, if you post once a day, that's fine. But then people want their once a day post. If you post once a week, two times a week, that's fine. But people want their once a week, two times a week. It's when you post once a day for a week and a half, get frustrated because it's not going anywhere, and then you don't post anything for 6 weeks, and then you try and post for a couple of days and it doesn't go anywhere and you get frustrated. You have to be consistent, and it's long-term consistency. We're talking 6, 9, 10 months before you're really going to see true growth. Videos about gaming, huge. Just make sure that you don't have anything in an audio in the background that's going to cause you to get a copyright violation on YouTube, because copyright violations can take your channel down. So you have to be very careful. Like, I can't just play any old music in any old video. If you could change one thing about your past, what would it be? Nothing. Now, I really like where I am at in life right now. I really like who I'm with, where I'm at, and the people that are around me. And everything that happened to me up until this point in life, good or bad, is what brought me to this point in time. So I don't want to go back and alter any of it because I don't want to alter where I'm at right now. I wouldn't change a fucking thing. I would still take the beatings from my mother. I would still be scrounging for food in my early 20s. I would still bust my ass in the heat doing landscape work. Red Note? No. That's a hell of a quote, Connolly. Thought I heard something. Never mind. Uh, what is Red Note? It's another social media app. What's your favorite city? Chicago. What you doing, buddy? What you doing, buddy? What you doing? Never heard of it? Yeah, you're not missing anything. If you change one thing, you never know how much exactly. Did you like what? What's Ren music, if you don't mind? A musician. No, I never heard of him. Yeah, they did threaten the Pope. Bad move. The orange cat is my we have 5 cats. This is my cat. He's the second oldest of the cats. This is Franklin, named after the Grateful Dead song Franklin's Tower. He's the one that hangs out underneath my desk. He's the one that hangs out with me on the couch. Or, you know, if I go to the bathroom, he's got to follow. This is my cat, right? That's right, buddy. That's right. He was part of an accidental litter that was born under a porch, and somebody listed him on Facebook along with all of his brothers and sisters and said, "Come get this motherfucker." And I got in the car and went, "I'm on my fucking way." Isn't that right, buddy? Isn't that right? Yeah, that's right, buddy. That's right. Anyway, he is our second oldest, right? Say hi to everybody. I'm gonna put you down now. When was the last time you voted Republican? Over 20 years ago. An orange girl? Yeah. Yeah, that is rare. Our female is a calico, as calicos, are. And her name is Pepper, named after Sergeant Pepper. Mark. Never once voted Republican, says Pastor. I have voted for Republicans on the local level and shit like that for sure. Do you think we really need a Pope and a Vatican City for the Pope to live in? Why is there a Pope anyway? Because that's their thing, and they're allowed their thing. They are their own country, they are their own religion, and it's their thing. Let them do their thing. Hey, Dad, Mom said to tell you dinner's ready. We're waiting downstairs for you. I think you have the wrong room, my friend. I think you are off by a couple of rooms. I do not have a favorite Grateful Dead album. Pritzker will definitely be in the running in 2028. You're glad you're Baptist. Yeah, I'm atheist. I don't have to deal with any of it. Any of it. Did you like Weir's Cow? Yes, come on. Bobby was Bobby was everybody's uncle. Sorry. I'm Well, come on, load. God damn it. I need to take this thing into a fucking pro to clean this thing up. Okay, there you go. There you go. Okay. Hey, why are you such a jerk to your viewers, man? I mean, you make a lot of money of them. I get the dumbass people who ask stupid questions, but man, you're an ass sometimes. Why am I what did I do to you that I'm an ass to you? What the fuck? I don't even know who you are. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, man. Uh, fucking A. Would you like to maybe elaborate what I did that has you so upset first? Or are you just going to start fucking teeing off? Because we can play that fucking game too, man. See, there you go. So you won't say what I did that upset you. You're just going to play this fucking game. I'll give you one more chance. What did I say that upset you? Oh, Jess, just give me a minute. I like to play with my food. Yeah, I guess not. I might be a Baptist at my age. I'm getting tired of religion. You can always leave religion. Finally caught alive. People like you give me hope. Well, thank you very much. Not to me, sir, to others. Okay, well, here's the deal. Now I'm just going to fucking kick you out of the goddamn room because if you can't fucking articulate in 3 attempts after you've been asked 3 goddamn times to articulate what I said and you can't do it, then I'm done with you. You head to my fucking website, go to my merch store where I sell my t-shirts and my hoodies and my throw pillows, and look for the merch that says "Get fucked, stay fucked." Pick yourself up some. Okay? Jesus, Mary, and motherfucking Joseph. Just tell me what I did that upset you, and we can have a conversation about it. Tell me what I did that upset other people. Tell me what you saw that I said to somebody else that's a subscriber, that's a follower of mine, that upset you, and we can have that conversation. If you want to just keep playing this fucking game, then you need to understand I don't fucking play games. All right. So you've been hidden. I know you're still in the room. You've been hidden. You can still comment, which means you can still boost my algorithms so we can get some more of that money you were just bitching about. But we don't have to see your fucking stupidity. Okay. So do me a favor and keep boosting the algorithms from the silence of wherever the fuck it is that you sit and scream into the yawning chasm that is the interwebs. Yeah, I'm waiting for a reply. Waiting for a reply from what? Me or somebody in the comments? Are religion and spirituality the same? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I think organized religion is a way to prey on spirituality. Oh, Maple Her. Okay, my bad. Pleasantly Abrasive uh, was the name of my ACDC cover band in '99. Man, I try to give everybody a chance, but I can only deal with so much goddamn stupidity. Thank you very much. 163. Beautifully me 163. You can be spiritual in private. You don't need to pray in front of everyone in a church to prove a point. Yes, I will be home in 5 minutes. Please do not come out and ask me if I'm okay because I do have a video to make. Aye, Skipper. You saw me wearing a MAGA shirt. Yes, you did. You saw me wearing a shirt that says MAGA. And if you looked closely, that MAGA was in the colors and the scheme of the Mexican flag. And underneath it said, Mexicans aren't going anywhere. As a matter of fact, I did a video where I tagged that shirt. You can actually buy it through the tag here on YouTube or over on TikTok if you're on TikTok as well. It gets exhausting dealing with so much stupidity. Yes, it can. Stop interrupting Renee's videos, Toms. You know it ain't right. I am sorry. I am sorry. Yo, Uncle Abdo, you were warned and still voted for him anyway. You knew what kind of shit show you were advocating for. Haven't been to church in a while. It's not what I do. Big Sean. Mexican rice with chicken and steak is the best. You are one of the coolest. Like you a lot. Thank you very much. Mexican rice with chicken and steak. So you're talking like an arroz con pollo add steak, right? That's what I'm hearing. An arroz con pollo with throwing in steak. I mean, I'm not necessarily opposed to it. I know my wife probably wouldn't necessarily be opposed to it. However, I'd just rather have a few tacos. And tacos might actually be a good idea tonight. I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know. Melania has delivered a statement denying ties to Epstein. Yeah, she said she was never a friend of his, even though we have all of these photographs of them together, all of these videos of them together. Have you ever golfed? I have golfed twice in my life. One of the times I golfed, it was for a golf outing for a company I was working for back in the day when Renee and I were very first together. And they had like an award for craziest socks, an award for craziest hat, and all kinds of weird shit. And I'd never played golf before, and I was fucking shanking balls all over the place. But I wore a pair of green shorts and a pair of red and yellow striped socks that came up to my knees and a fucking Pope hat. I didn't win either the craziest socks nor the craziest hat. You know what I mean? I could see you sitting in a golf cart with a smoke, just enjoying the vibes. Yeah. Yeah, it's back also when I was smoking, so. Would you rather have a gay son or what? You're not making sense. You asked me if I would rather have a gay son or a trout daughter. I don't really read a ton, Elcro. I read a lot of like studies and news articles and bills and things like that. That's what I read. I went golfing once as a thinly veiled excuse to get drunk out in the sun. That's predominantly what it's for. You know what I mean? Just go get fucking shit faced. Unless you really, 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 really take the game seriously and it pisses you off that you're not very good at it, just go get drunk. or high. You know, there are a lot of great places on a golf course where one can consume the cannabis. You can't do that in UK as it rains every day. The Guardian, Politico, Associated Press, and Axios are my go-to. All of those are solid sources. I really like Reuters. I really like AP. Obviously, all of those. Politico, Associated Press is the AP. Axios is a good one. HuffPo is still a good one. Do they still serve cocktails on the putting greens? My daughter is waiting to hear back from a golf course now, so that which one, obviously. Rain didn't stop the priest in Caddyshack. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He pushed on. You know what I mean? He continued the course. He had the best game of his life, and then he missed that last one, and he gave the old rat farts. I think is what he yelled before getting struck by lightning. I am not a fan of smoked foods. I'm not I'm not if I go to a barbecue joint, I'm not a huge fan of all the smoked stuff. I mean, I'll eat some smoked stuff, but it's just not my jam. It's actually not our jam in general. Um, but if I go to a barbecue joint, as you were asking about, my go-to instantly is the pulled pork. Pulled pork, baked beans, coleslaw, depending on the coleslaw. If it's a heavy vinegar based and not a creamy coleslaw, I'd rather just do away with the coleslaw. But I'll take the coleslaw if it's a nice creamy coleslaw. So baked beans, coleslaw, maybe a cornbread muffin or piece of cornbread there, and then pulled pork. If it's like a 2 or 3 meat tray, I might get pulled pork and barbecue chicken. Um, I'm not a huge rib guy. So I don't hate ribs. It's just almost never crave or order ribs. Well, to me, Chicago style pizza is thin crust pizza cut into squares. And while buffalo wings are okay, I'm not a big wings guy either. So I would take pizza over wings any day of the week. Any day of the week. Wings are just okay to me. I haven't been paying attention to the baseball season as of yet. The best pizza does come in a bag. The best pizza is a really crispy thin crust pizza cut into squares on a piece of cardboard slid into a white paper bag with a map of Italy on it. What made you realize religion was bullshit? When I kept taking beatings from my own mother and there was no God to stop it. I never liked brisket. You have a dark mark on your forehead. Yes, it's a discolorization that comes and goes. And honestly, it depends on what light you look at me in, right? But yes, it's a discoloration. It comes and goes. Jesus died so we can live, my friend. If that's what you believe. If that's what you believe. The best pizza is Canadian bacon with stuffed crust. Okay, but you're wrong. I mean, wrong, wrong, wrong. Canadian bacon, you mean like the fucking ham slices? Is that what you're talking about? Oh yeah, Burger King stuff has all become smaller. Everybody's stuff has become smaller though. Hawaiian pizza, that's going to be a pass for me. Yellow, no, I don't think I did. What the hell? Fruit on pizza is wrong. Yeah, yeah, fruit, candy. Now listen, I get toppings that I don't like. I understand toppings that I don't like, I should say. But for me, I don't want no fucking olives. I don't want no fucking mushrooms. I don't want no fucking peppers, green peppers or others. Acceptable toppings for me are a straight up pepperoni pizza. I'm down with that. I always like a little extra cheese. So I'm down with that. So I can eat a plain cheese pizza, a pepperoni pizza, a sausage pizza, a pepperoni and sausage pizza, a pepperoni sausage and bacon pizza, a pepperoni and bacon pizza, a sausage and bacon pizza, any combination of that. I'm down with the program. Beyond that, I'm really not into any other toppings outside of that. Clyde, you know mommy's here, don't you? He knows that she's here. Isn't don't you? Yes, you know. He's like, why doesn't she come inside? She's working, buddy. She's working. You gonna give me your ducky? Are you gonna give me your ducky? I know mommy's here. I know mommy's here. Oh my goodness, you can't stand yourself, can you? You just can't stand yourself. She's in the driveway making a video, and he's all excited because that's his mama. Not playing that game, Frank. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Pineapple on pizza is good for me. Yeah, I don't do pineapple out not on pizza, so I definitely don't want it on pizza. Yeah, Renee makes content now on a regular basis, sort of a regular basis. And she's basically giving her side of life. And she predominantly does work in the car when she's coming and going because she doesn't make as many videos as I do. Banana on pizza. Are you out of your fucking gourd? Do your pets get human scraps at time? Well, our cats, no. Clyde sometimes, and that only started since our other dog Bonnie died a couple of years ago. Otherwise, no. Clyde has historically had water and raw food. Recently, he started getting a piece of pizza here or a little piece of this here from us, and then I started getting him milk bones. Where can you find my wife's videos? Is that what you're asking? Her name is Renee Violet Powell, and that is her handle here, all one word. Renee Renee Violet, like the flower, Powell. Oh, he gets slices of cheese for his medication, that's for sure. And then occasionally when he's, being a good boy. Occasionally. Anyway, I am gonna get ready to get off of here though. She's gonna make her video, and I'm gonna figure out what the hell we're gonna do for dinner. Um, and then we'll talk again soon. Um, Follow my wife. Go watch all of my content. If you're feeling frisky, become a paying subscriber, a paying member here. If not, no big deal. If you want some t-shirts, I sell a number of different t-shirts and hoodies at my store. Link is in bio. Actually, the link in my bio is going to take you to my link tree, which is going to be a series of links. And those links are going to be my website, my YouTube, my TikTok, all my social media sites, my Cash App, my Venmo, my whatever, my store, um, how you can book me on Cameo. I do personalized videos for people on Cameo. So if like you want to tell a friend congratulations on a promotion, or you want to tell a friend his football team sucks, or you want to send a video, you send it. Obviously, I don't send it to them. But if you want to send a video to your MAGA uncle of me going, "Hey, dumb fuck, you're in a cult," I do that over on Cameo. Um, you can book me to do that. What else? I've written 2 books, once again available at the link in my bio. I've appeared on 6 or 7 other podcasts. All of those links are going to be at my website, link in bio again. Um, I don't know. I'm not good at pimping myself. I guess I never really do an excellent job of it. But get to my fucking website, oldhippiemedia.com. All right.